I'm pleased to be joined by San Antonio Brahmas quarterback Chase Garbers. Chase, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, brother. I get to talk to a man that's 2-0 through the first 2 weeks of the United Football League, and y'all have a knack for just putting on exciting games. And my goodness, I think the most exciting one that I've seen since I've been starting covering spring football 3 years ago. I want to start with going into the fourth quarter, right? You're down 16-0. When did you believe that you could lead that team to a comeback in a game that, frankly, y'all were never in until about the last 8 minutes?
Yeah, well, we knew offensively we just had to get one score on the board, and we knew we can get things rolling from there. We got that first score, started the fourth quarter, and we knew that we had a shot to win this game. And then just things kept rolling our way. We came down and score again, and then got the ball back on the 4th and 12, which was very interesting for our first time.
I want to stop you there because you have the pick in between this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's 4:25 left to play. I want to know what your thought process was after that pick going the other way. I think that's the second turnover of the day for you. How were you feeling about the game?
Well, I knew, obviously throwing that interception sucks, giving them the ball back with, 4 minutes left. But, football, 4 minutes, there's a chance we can get the ball back. And, our defense did a great job in getting us that ball back. And, obviously we knew we had to go put up 2 scores to win the game.
You're on your own 15. You're minus 15 with 2:35 left to play. And I'm looking at this game going, all right, you got a shot here. And as a quarterback, that's what you want. Just give me the ball with enough time to go make a play. And you find Cody Latimer, which gets me into kind of how this offense runs, because you run it like a fast break. You run it like a point guard. So I was curious, when you're going out there, do you know that, all right, I'm going to try to find 3, and if I can't find 3, I'm going to try to find 13?
Not so much that mentality. Just, the awesome part about this team and this skill group is we have so many weapons. You got Cody, you got John Trey, you got, Stevenson, you got Smith. I mean, you got all 4 of them are huge playmakers. They can do a lot of great things when they have the ball in their hands. And Cody was rolling that game. John Trey had some catches early on. So I think, just for me, it's getting the ball into my playmakers' hands and seeing what they can do with it.
So you get that play made. I thought it was going to be a big explosive play, even bigger than it was, but it got called back because down by contact. You continue to roll, though, and that's the thing that I wanted to know from you. How do you continue to keep yourself focused on the game with these big plays that continue to happen for the last 2 minutes of the game? How are you locked in?
I think, it's just a one play at a time mentality. Obviously in a scenario like that, you want to get chunk plays. I think we did a really good job of doing that to move the ball down the field. But I think, even though there's big play after big play, your emotions aren't running too high. You still know that you got to put points on the board. So I think for us, it was just a one play at a time mentality.
So to that 4th and 12, one of the cool things about the UFL is if you're down in the fourth quarter, you can opt to go for a 4th and 12 from your own 28-yard line and take it down. So it's one thing for you to get that 4th down, which forward progress being your friend there, and then you're on the ball, right? Talking about one play at a time. Are you getting the call from AJ as you are running up to the line of scrimmage, or do you know what adjustments you're already looking to make?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about, this league is a majority, normally all the skill players have, a headset connected to AJ. So we're all getting the call as we're running up to the line. I didn't think that 4th and 12 was as close as it was going to be. I thought we had it by a yard. But, as we're running up to it, we're getting the call and we're lining up for the next play, waiting for the refs to spot the ball.
I kind of love just how in tune you are with what you see, because you will also give it back to your play caller going, no, I saw it. I got it. Send me the next play, right? I'm really interested how that translates on a football field when everybody hears what you're saying, right? When you're talking about the other skill players can hear, do they look at you and go, all right, Chase knows where he's going. I better be where I'm supposed to be. You even got, I called it a fake play call, but I heard GTFO and O standing for open. Are these sorts of conversations you're having at practice too, or is this just how you guys talk to each other?
Well, that's actually a real play call.
Yes! Sorry. Love that.
But, yeah, I mean, that was the final play of the game. But I think, just those conversations that we have, the ability to listen to what AJ's saying on all levels, sometimes it does cut in and out. So, they are looking for me to get them in the right spot. But I think that's, one of the good things about this league is that you have that technology at hand.
This league has done a really great job of giving us access to you guys and also kind of making stars out of these players. And I'm thinking of you because you play at Cal, right, which is already West Coast, and we already got some feelings about what was Pac-12 after dark. And then you're coming up during this period that also features COVID. So I'm curious how much football you were playing, right, between 2021 and now, because I believe you didn't start a game until this year after December 2021. And what do you think this league allows for you to do from a quarterback standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, after my last game at Cal, there wasn't a lot of playing time. Got some runs in preseason in the NFL, but really that was pretty much it. So, it was great to play a full game of football again. And I think what this league allows, guys like myself is to play in a full game, get the tape out there, and try to make that jump to back in the NFL.
Played for a number of different offensive coordinators, learning a lot of different offenses. You're running an old school, I call it old school, run and shoot, which is, hey, we're going to put the man in motion, we're going to fix to fit, and then we're going to run the play, right? I wonder how much you have to trust guys like John Trey, guys like Cody to see what you see, or how much you have to dictate, hey, this is what they are doing, we're going to adjust this route on the fly. And how much room do you have to operate as quarterback?
Well, with this offense, you got to have a lot of trust in your guys because there's so many adjustments that, one individual can run in terms of route running, depending on what the defense gives us. So that's, with the limited time we had in training camp, building that trust, building that chemistry, that was obviously huge. And yeah, there is a lot of freedom in this offense. And I think, you see stuff on the sideline, you make those sideline adjustments going forward to the next drive. And, this offense is really fun to play for.
It's fun to watch as well. Like, I don't think that AJ is, shall we say, not innovative. Some of the things you guys are running out there, I'm going, okay, you're actually having fun. How hard is it to pick up the offense? And then when he throws fun at you, how hard is it not to just want to run that over and over again?
There's definitely a lot of fun. Coach AJ brings a lot of fun to the play calling, whether it's, just normal plays or trick plays. And I think, it was pretty easy to pick up because we do have, virtual reality technology here, which was very helpful for us early on, especially, installing the offense. So, it's good football. And then also there's the fun aspect of it as well.
You got the St. Louis Battlehawks coming up. They're coming to you, right? They're going to be at the Alamo Dome. What have you seen just early on that you have to look for from that defense?
Well, I think they're really talented. They're really stout up front. They played a really good game, last week against Arlington, and, they probably should have won their first game if it wasn't for the 63 or 64-yard field goal. But I think, it's going to be a good game. We're hungry. We wanted to play better in the first half of our last game, so we're going to clean some things up and come with a complete game plan. And, overall, I'm really excited to play a talented team.
You're playing right now at a time when little brother Ethan is going through it with the new head coach, Deshaun Foster, right? UCLA. I'm wondering how much conversation y'all have about just how the process is working out for both of you, two highly rated quarterbacks coming out of high school, both West Coast guys, and still very much in our mind's eye playing the sport. Do you get to talk with him about what it is that you've learned being a professional at this level, as opposed to what he's going through now being the guy as it is at UCLA?
Yeah, Ethan and I talk a lot, not so much right now because he's in spring ball and I'm in the middle of a season. But, I think for him and even for myself, it's been great to have somebody else kind of going through it. Myself being the older brother, he's asked a lot, especially being a 4-year starter in college and having the opportunity to play in the NFL, kind of what to expect now that he is the guy. And, they went through a coaching change kind of late in the cycle, and, they're really excited about Coach Foster and what they got this year. And I think, playing in the Big Ten now to be very exciting for him.
My last one for you, and please take this any direction you want to go. Why did you want this opportunity to play in the United Football League?
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity to play some football. It's something that, at a high level. Obviously, it's something that, we all dream about. Playing football is, trying to make it to the highest level possible. And, I thought it was a great avenue to have an opportunity to possibly make it back into the NFL. And, that's ultimately where I want to be. And, since the first day, I knew this league had a lot of talent. You see the names on these rosters, and then you see it week in and week out. We're only in week 2 with, a handful of weeks left, but there's a lot of talent in this league. And I think, ultimately it is really good football, and it's a great league.
Chase Garbers will lead the San Antonio Brahmas on the field against the St. Louis Battlehawks, one of the 2 undefeated teams left in the UFL. Chase, thank you for taking so much time and giving us your time here on the #1 college football show, talking about your experience in the UFL.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you like what you've seen, consider subscribing to the #1 college football show on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcast.